Hi, Thelma here of Seasonal Crafts and Creations. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. I want to thank you all for stopping by and taking time out of your day to spend it with me. It really means the world to me. Well, I have a few Dollar Tree DIYs that I'm wanting to share with you. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get to crafting. For a first DIY, you will need a planter, either one of these or one of the other designs that they have. You will need, I have 12, and these are the red velvet roses that come 3 in a pack at the Dollar Tree, and I just snipped each one off at the stem, and I had 2 baby breaths that I cut down per stem, and just make sure your leaves stay up. If they start coming down, just get you a little bit of glue and put right there, and it'll hold it up there. And I have a plunger, so what you need to do is turn it inside out. Stick it down in there as far as it'll go. Now get you some bags. You won't need but probably 2. And this is just a filler, so you don't have to fill the whole thing up with the rocks. And one more should do. Now I have some of this. It is just stones from the Dollar Tree. And I'm trying to find my scissors. Alrighty, just cut it open and pour them to where they go around the handle here. Try to get this as straight as you can. And that's pretty good right there. Let me bring this camera up so you can see. Now you will need a glue gun and your glue with this. And what you do, get you a rose, and let me add another glue stick into here. And put you a lot of glue going up and down through here. And you want to do this going all the way around. And you gotta hold it. Now this will take quite some time to do. Go ahead and get you some more glue on top. Guys, put my glue down in it. Didn't go down all the way. Now just hold it and push that in. And you hold it until the glue hardens. It doesn't take that long. Now you might want to get you some of these finger protectors. Let me put it on both. That way it won't burn your fingers. So they don't have to be even on top. There, that way you can see better. They don't have to be even. There. you don't have to put each one even. You want it to go one a little higher and one a little lower. And then the ones that you're making lower, just cut maybe 2 inches more off of your stem. And then just measure it. And you're going to need some twine with this too, because once it's dried and you have all your flowers on here, you'll want to wrap it around and tie it real tight, and you know, one on top, one in the middle, and one on the bottom. Now, let me bring this down so you can see what I'm doing here. Just turn it around. Make sure it's nice and dry before you let it go, or it will slip off. And measure it again. Go ahead and make sure your your stem is on top of the glue. Okay, get you a little bit more glue if it starts coming, and put it right in between the handle and the stem, and go back down again. Now this will use up quite a bit of glue. If you don't have these here protectors, you can use your scissor handle or something to make it so you can push in on the stem so where it lays flush. But anyway, that's what you do. And after you do 3, get you a baby breath and put in there, and you won't have to go all the way down, just a little bit. See how it stops right here? And then after you do 3 roses, put you a baby breath in, and you do that all the way around. It might take 12 roses, it might not, but I was hoping that the whole thing would go 12 roses, but it doesn't have to. Alright, now let's just continue going all the way around. Okay, once you have all the roses and baby breath, get you some twine or jute rope, and from the bottom, just keep wrapping it around it. Doesn't have to be tight at first, but that way to get it on there. And once you get up to the top, go ahead and tie a double knot as tight as you can do it. Now get some burlap ribbon, and I have some on this one and some on another one, and start at the top. Get you some glue. Now, start at the top and work your way around. Let me put my finger protector on. Push that in. And as tight as you can, start wrapping it around it. It doesn't take that much, and it doesn't take that long to do it. But if you have a new roll of this to do it, that would be better. But I forgot to pick up some when I was out. Go ahead and push that. Now, trim this off, make sure it's a nice even end. Glue the end down. Let me bring this camera down so you can see what I'm doing. Now, get you some more glue. And just start wrapping. Make sure you get that on there and not on your finger like I just did. And just keep wrapping, going down. And once you get it all the way down, I'm going to go ahead and cut this off. Just get as far down as you can and then glue it. Alright, that part's done. Now let me bring this up so you can see me arrange the flowers. Just easy, you know, arrange them the way you want them. Make sure to arrange your baby breath. Let's just go all the way around. And here's the first project. Let me go down so you can see it all. Sorry, I can't show the whole thing in one picture, but I'm doing this on my phone. Alright, let's get ready for the next project. Our next project, we're going to be making a bow to go on the rose tree that we just made. First, take this is from the Easter. You can use any kind of ribbon that you want. You can use burlap ribbon. It doesn't matter. Okay, first take it up to 12. And then you just want to wrap it around about to where there's 3 bows on each end. And what you do, you just take it and count it. 1, 2, and 3. And then this side has 1, 2, and 3. And you want to count and make sure, you want to look and make sure that the end of the first one that we did is not being counted as one. But anyway, take your scissors, cut it. Go ahead and lay that aside. Now that was 12. Next, we're going to, this is from Easter too, but you can use any, like I said, any kind you want. I was going to use all burlap, but I thought with it being roses, it would be prettier to add some different color. That was 12, so now go down to 11. And again, just bring it around until you have 3 on each side. And then you just count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and this here's the end, so you can't count that. You have to go over it, twist it over one more time, and then cut it. Now set that on top of that one. Now that was 12, 11. Now the next one is going to be 10, and this is the burlap ribbon that they carry all the time. And this one will be 10. Quit, baby. You can't play with that. My adult cat, who acts like a baby, his name is Snuggles. He's up here. He's wanting me to pick him up, but I can't. Anyway, have it at 10, and just go over until you have 3 on each side. Okay, go 1, 2, 3. Then we have 1, 2, and the third one here happens to be the cut. So go over one more time on this side, and then cut it. Now, make sure these ends, I always make sure they're pointed the same way. I don't know why, but I do. Okay, I have some jute rope, pink. What I'm going to do is just make sure this is even, and then crunch it as best as you can. And if you can't do it, then when you're twisting this here on, before you tie it, you can crunch it then. Get back. Okay, now let's make sure get it real tight. I'm trying to do it, but without using my shoulder on my left side, because that's where I had that accident. That's why I had to quit filming yesterday. It started hurting after doing the tree. And as you can see, it's all even. So now, start at the bottom. You want to twist and fluff. Don't pull too hard, or you might pull the ribbon out of the knot. Okay, now kind of twist this one over if you can. If you can't, that's okay. kind of hard to do, mainly using just one arm. So bear with me, please. Okay, now take this and twist it. Do the same to the rest of them. And now do the top one. Now let's see if you can grab it all and twist it. You can use both arms for muscle, but I'm having to use just one. Okay, as you can see, I just twisted them and made them come in all different directions. And then twist and fluff. Now start on the other side. Go ahead and put this over here. Okay, now the same thing, twist and fluff. And I made a mistake and only did two, but that's alright. You can leave this hanging. We can make it part of a tail, even though we're going to put a tail on it. Okay. Sometimes it's hard and tricky to pull them loose. Let me know what kind of bow you're going to make, what colors you're going to use, if you plan on making one. And once you get it on the rose tree, you will have to probably fluff it again. Alright, now just keep working with it. I'm going to bring this up so you can see. I'm going to bring the tree over here. Okay, on this here, on the front and the back, it says flowers and garden. So just try to make it to where you have the bow centered with that and not with the handles. Okay, I left some string on the back of the bow. So what you need to do is find the spot you're putting it in and just wrap this around a couple of the stems of the flowers and blindly tie it in if you can do that. If not, just wrap it around the top of the plunger handle and glue it after you get it tied around it. Okay, this is what it looks like so far. And as you can see, you have to fluff it a lot. It's going to take me a minute because I can't bring my arm up. Okay. Now let's set it aside and see if we have enough ribbon to make some tails. Let me bring this back down. Okay, just use whatever's left on your ribbon. the edge of the burlap where it's glued, just cut that part off. Now let's go ahead and bend this to where it's wire against wire. Make your little V's. My mind went blank. I can't think of the name of it yet. But just do that to all 3 of them, and then I'll show you how to put it on. Now, just take them and put them together. Now, twist them. Bring this up. Bring it up and behind it. And just bring it down. Refluff your bow. Now let me show you the tails. Right in there, it'll be okay. Just refluff your bow where it messed it up. Do that to your burlap ribbon, and it just adds a little flair to the tails. Bring them in. Give me 1 second. Now just, if it comes, you can twist this around to where it's even with the front. And there's our first and second DIY. Hang on, my leg came off my camera stand. There's our first and second DIY. Now let's get ready for the next one. For our next project, you will need 2 of the fabrics from the Dollar Tree. It can be any color or pattern that you like. Unroll it, put one down, face side up, and then the other one, let me get this off here. Then the other one, unroll it, but put it face side down. Line it up. Get back, baby. Make it as even as you can. And once you have it lined up, what we'll be doing is making a pillow, and you won't be needing a needle and thread with this. We're going to make it with a glue gun. And what you do, you start on one end, and you flip it over. And you make a line of glue. Push it down. And do the same thing all the way up. Now you'll be doing 3 sides, and one side you will leave open so you can stuff it. Just make sure you make a straight line, or the pillow will show uneven around the edges, and you don't want that. And I'm going to do this side. Just make sure you push down. I forgot to get my finger protectors, but if you have some, it would be good to use. Just push down on it, make sure it sticks to both pieces of fabric. Just go all the way down. And be kind of fast, because you know how this glue sometimes dries fast. Now just let it sit a minute and let it dry. Okay, after it dries, go ahead and flip it around to where the opened end is on your side. Now we're going to flip it inside out or outside in. Grab a hold of the corners. Go ahead and shape the corners out. Now you're going to stuff it with some, I'm using an old pillow, the stuffing inside it. And if you don't have any old pillows, you can go to Walmart and just buy a real cheap pillow for about $5 or under, depending on where you're at, and do it that way. But as you're stuffing it, just make sure you get it into the corners. You don't want to push too hard though. But just shape it just into the corners like that. And you might have to use a whole pillow stuffing to do this, depending on how full you want your pillow to be. But I had someone say they wanted me to make a pillow and use glue, so I'm doing it for her. And I want to tell you it's a good idea. I've done it before, but it's been a long time ago. Okay. Now we're working our way up. Now I might have to pause the camera and get more filling. And this is the last DIY in this video. I was going to do more, but I'm going to have to cut back again on how many DIYs I do in a video because of my shoulder and my neck. Let we still have a little bit more, so I'm just going to put that in there, see if it needs it. Okay, now I'm going to turn this around so you can see. Now, excuse me, what you want to do is take this side here and bring it in, just like with this one. It might take a minute to get it started. Okay, now just do a little bit at a time. Well, it might help if I had glue in my gun. Make sure they're both turned inward. And hold it at the end too. This is real tricky, but they look so nice, these pillows do. And they're for decoration only. Don't sit on them and lean up against them on the couch or chair, because it could pop loose, the glue. And be careful. If you have them finger guards, you might want to use them. I forgot to get mine. This doesn't take that long at all to make one of these. Now that you're getting to the end, you have to do a lot more little pieces. Just be careful. It does burn when it gets you, I'll tell you that. Okay, now to do the edge. Now stick the corner in like that. Just stick it down in there, and then put you some glue. If any comes out, just wipe it off. Make sure I got the hole. You want to get it all the way up to the corner. Now, let's do this other end. See how it's open right there? Just stick your glue in. And be careful, don't burn yourself. Let it dry, and then we'll fluff the corners and shape the pillow. Alright, now that the glue is dried, we want to shape the pillow and put some up in the corners here. So just fluff it like this and pull, and it'll go down in there. See how it's full now? Just now you do the other side. Don't pull too hard on the fabric, just in case. You want to check it. Alright. Just fluff it. And here's what the pillow looks like. Let me bring this up so I can show you. Okay, and this is the pillow, front and back. Now you don't have to, if you don't find something, fabric to go on the back like I did, you can always get two of the front side and put it on front and back. Okay, I want to thank y'all for stopping by and checking out my channel. If you like this DIY, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I would really appreciate it, and I'd love to have you as part of my family here on YouTube. And by watching my videos, subscribing to my channel, and hitting the notification bells, and select all so you won't miss any of my future uploads, and leaving me a comment, I'll enter you into the giveaway contest that I have going on. And I'll go ahead and in the description I'll put the rules and how the giveaway contest works. But if you have any questions, just leave me a comment. Alright, thank y'all. Until next time.